Okay, today we're going to make Khoa Poon, which is a soup made by the Hmong people, and it's also made by Thai people too, I believe. But we got the recipe from some of my wife's Hmong friends that live in Wisconsin. So what I'm going to do is run through the ingredients here. So I'm using chicken legs, and actually I have some leftover pork bones here. I'm just going to put those in for a little more flavor. Normally it's made with just plain chicken. And the ingredients are as follows. So let me just state one thing. One of the big ingredients are bamboo shoots. It's mainly bamboo shoots and chicken. That's the two main ingredients, and then you have the rice vermicelli noodles. So what I've got here is bamboo shoots, but they're not flavored. They're just sliced in water. So the Hmong people have, at the Hmong stores, bamboo shoots that are seasoned. And it's kind of a curry seasoning. And so what I have to do is, instead of using the seasoned bamboo shoots, I use the plain, and then I add red curry paste. That seems to work. Also, they typically use whole chickens. So we had chicken legs on sale. So I like chicken legs, and they boil up just great, and you take all the meat off and taste great. Some of the other ingredients, kalanga. So it's kind of interesting because when I've made this in the past, these are lime leaves, by the way, paper lime leaves. I didn't have the lime leaves, so I didn't put them in, and I kept thinking there's something missing in this soup. And so when I found the lime leaves, and I noticed most of the recipes had lime leaves, I got it, tried it, and that was the missing ingredient. So all this stuff plays together. There's garlic also. I don't see any garlic here, but anyway, there's lemongrass, ginger, kalanga, lime leaves, garlic, coconut milk, bamboo shoots, and curry paste. So let's see, what else do we need? Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the noodles. And I just want to add rice noodles are a little bit tricky if you've never cooked them. Because like 1 minute is the difference between a big ball of mush and some really good noodles. So you have to constantly monitor them. At least that's been my experience. Regular egg noodles and macaroni, that kind of stuff, are a little more forgiving. You can put them in 12 or 15 minutes and they come out pretty good. But these, you boil them, and then I usually take a noodle, I'll taste it, and I'll say, okay, another 30 seconds, another minute. Taste it again, and then when it gets to the right consistency, I get it off and then cool it down right away with a water bath. The chicken we're going to cook until it's tender and then pull it off the bone. And so we're going to run through that right now. So what I've got here, I'm using this New Wave induction cooktop because it's summertime here in Southern California and it's kind of warm, so prefer not to heat up the kitchen. So I got a big pot of water, and I'm going to cook both packages of rice noodles. These are the fine noodles, so these cook up quite a bit faster than the thick ones. The thick ones take a really long time. I like them, but they just take so long to cook. And a big pot of water, I'm going to put some salt in here, and then get it boiling. I don't know how much that was, but it wasn't a lot. Probably a tablespoon or two. Probably not two, probably one. And get the show on the road. So I'm going to cook the noodles first. What they do is they cook, typically, when I say they, the Hmong people that taught my wife how to make this and taught me how to make it. They cook the noodles, and then they kind of grab a handful and kind of twirl it around into a little ball and set it into a bowl. And then in that bowl, you have all the different balls of rice noodles, which represent one serving per handful. And then over that, you put the soup, and then you garnish it with all these great things like cabbage and mint and bean sprouts and you name it. One thing that I really like, and I'm not sure I can still eat it, is they make this chili sauce, which has Thai chili peppers, garlic, salt, usually either fish sauce or maybe soy sauce or just water, and you just grind it together. Oh, an MSG, and you grind it together in a mortar and pestle. And the stuff is fiery hot, but really, really good. I don't know if I'm going to make that for this batch. My wife likes it. I like it too, but I've gotten to the point where I can't eat that spicy of a food anymore. It is, let's see how long this takes. It's 3:56 right now. And we'll see how long it takes to get the water boiling, get our noodles cooked, and then start the kapung. I'm going to cook it in the same pot. I don't want to have to dirty up 2 pots. Okay, it's been over 20 minutes and the water is finally boiling. And I'm going to drop these noodles in here, both packages, as I said. Okay, what I like to do is I grab kind of a handful and I put them in kind of a hatch pattern so they don't all clump together in the same area. One thing I don't want is a bunch of clumped together noodles. Okay, that's both packages. Throw that away. We got a little boil going here. And on goes the lid. And we got to keep an eye on this guy because he could boil over. That can happen very quickly, and we don't want that to happen. So we're sitting at, let's see, 21, 25, 26 minutes now. Got a good boil going. I'm going to turn this down to, I call it 275, but it's just like a kind of a low medium. Actually, I'm going to go to 320. Yeah. So we're going to keep it boiling, but not a rolling boil, and we don't want it to boil over. That looks good. And every 30 seconds or so, I'm going to check on it. Okay, I turned the temperature up to 340 because it wasn't boiling at the lower temperature. So now it's got a little boil going, but not too much. And I've been monitoring the noodles. It's been, there we go. It's been probably 10, 11 minutes, something like that. So what I always do is, I'm going to check this out. Still got a little chew to it. Close. So under another minute, I would say 30 seconds, something like that. Should be just about right. Okay, I just tested the noodles. It was about another 30 seconds, maybe a little bit more, and they are just about right. So I'm going to drain them and rinse them with cold water. Okay, here's my noodles. Okay, the noodles are drained and they're cool down now, so I'm going to go ahead and make the noodle balls, which is kind of a hard thing to do with one hand, but get the idea. This would be like one serving right here. Okay, our noodles are done. I'm going to cover that, stick it in the fridge so that hopefully this won't be absorbing any more moisture. Okay, now I'm going to make the chicken and bamboo shoot broth. And you don't add the bamboo shoots until last. So I'm going to put all my chicken legs in here. Got 8 legs. We like lots of chicken. So what was that? That was like 9 chicken legs and some pork bones. It's almost filled up the whole pot, but once you skin it and take the bone out and all that, then there's a lot less meat. It meets the eye. Haha. Okay, we're also going to put in the other spices. I'm going to get those ready to go and put those in. Okay, so I've got my mortar and pestle out here. And chicken's in the water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bust up some of my spices. So this is ginger right here. So I'm going to put that in there. That's one, so that's probably 2 thumbs worth of ginger. And we got a few stalks of lemongrass. And I don't know how much that is, 2 stalks worth. And then what I'm going to do is start smashing it. And the smashing is just to make it so that it starts releasing some of the flavors, the juices, and so the water can get in there and get out all the goodies. So I'm going to finish this up, dump this in the pot of water, and then I've got the rest of the spices over here, which I'm going to dump in right now. So this is galanga. I don't know how much that is, but... And then these are the dried lime leaves. I have dried lime leaves, I don't have the fresh. And then I'm going to put garlic in here as well, and some salt. So it's coming up. Okay, you can see here I don't pulverize this to a paste. I just take it so that it's kind of busted up into smaller pieces, and so those will work really well when it's boiled, and that way you can pick them out when you're eating, so there's not these little hairy little pieces that get stuck in your teeth. Okay, I just pounded the garlic, and again, I didn't turn it into a mush, it's just broken up. And then I've got probably, oh, what is that? It's probably half a tablespoon of salt, so I should probably add a little more salt. So I'll probably put a little more salt in there, but for now, it's a good start. And in goes the garlic. And you'll notice we didn't put any of the curry paste in here yet. That goes in later. For some reason, if you put it in now, it seems to lose some of the potency. I don't know why that is. But... So these are probably what they call aromatics, which is going to give the chicken a nice flavor, and also the broth a really great flavor too, which is what we're looking for. Okay, and then we'll probably let this boil for an hour or so. It is almost 5 o'clock, so we've been working at this for an hour already. Okay, here's our pot of chicken and spices and water. And it hasn't started to boil yet. But, I love that smell, that mix of ginger and garlic and lemongrass and galanga. It just smells great. Okay, so this is what I usually do, and I want to get the meat off the bones here. Take a fork. And start stripping. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the bones back in the broth and cook them for a little while longer just to get more flavor out of the bones. And the meat is going to remain separate because we don't want it to get too soft. Okay, I just finished boiling the chicken, actually chicken bones, and I added some red curry. That was probably, I'm guessing 6 tablespoons, I'm going to guess. I kind of do it to taste, so I put some in here and then I taste it, and because it has salt in it, so when the salt seems about right, that's when I stop. And I'm going to add the bean sprouts and the chicken and the coconut milk. Okay, I had to overdub this because I kept calling the bamboo shoots bean sprouts, but I put the bamboo shoots in here with the chicken, and I boiled it to bring the flavor of the broth into the bamboo shoots because it has this funny taste when it comes out of the can. And then I just put some chicken in there, and that's the rest of the chicken. Okay, I just added the remainder of the chicken and coconut milk, and you don't boil it anymore because that kind of seems like it kind of breaks down the coconut milk. So now it's nice and creamy, and I'm going to test it. I've already tested it actually. Just put a little bit in the bowl. Make sure the balance is all there. You should taste all the different ingredients, but they're kind of subtle, like the ganglia, lime leaf, ginger, garlic. It'll all be there, but it's nothing's overpowering. So let's try that out. Okay, this is the final result of all this effort. So I've got all the garnish. So it's a soup with the noodles, and the garnish are bean sprouts, some chopped cabbage, cilantro. This is called cilantro, and we're not sure what this is called, but we always buy it when we're at the Asian market. And it is delicious.